What's going on, y'all? So, in this video, I just want to talk about how I stopped eating meat. Pause. But no, I stopped eating meat back in 2017, and I swear every time I tell this story, like even to this day, it's hard for me to believe. But it happened, and like ever since that day, I have not ate no meat. So 2017, November 2017, right? And I'm making this video because maybe somebody else experienced this, and I kind of got an explanation for it. But so the last meat that I ate was a lamb gyro. It was a lamb gyro I got from some spot when I was out in Jersey, and I was at the house eating it, and out of nowhere, every time I went to bite into the gyro, it was as if I was biting into the leg of a lamb. And so like that first, well, no, I ate a few bites, but it was one particular bite I went to bite it, and I just got disgusted out of nowhere. Like I just got super disgusted. Like stomach start feeling queasy, like everything. And I kind of came back because I was like, yo, what the fuck? Fuck was that? Right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. I go to take another bite, and now as I'm like biting this gyro, I'm kind of like looking up, and this lamb is like looking down at me as I'm like biting and it's like as if I was biting his leg. So so once again I pull back, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like this is crazy. Like why is this happening? So no, now my stomach feeling weird. Like I'm just feeling weird. So now I'm just like, all right, because I don't like wasting food. I'm like, let me just finish this gyro. I mean, let me just get it down. And I told the person I was with at the time, like, what happened. I was just like, yo, like it's crazy. Every time I go to bite this gyro, like I just get sick. Like I'm seeing the leg of it, like just crazy stuff. So after that, I think, yo, it's crazy. For that whole week, I ate nothing but gala apples. Nothing but gala apples. I remember for that whole week. Like it disgusted me that much. Like I didn't want nothing else to do with it. Like it just like, and it's to the point now where it's like I can't. Like it's not even a choice to where it's like, all right, let me. I mean, even like there's been plenty of times when I'm around it, like it smell good, it look good, and then like just the thought of going to eat, it's just like I just can't do it. You know what I mean? I can't do it. So I got a little and yeah, ever since then I haven't eaten any. And it's not even a choice. Like it's not even something I can choose to do anymore. Like it disgusts me. Like just the thought of putting dead flesh in my mouth, like it's nasty. You know what I mean? Just the thought of it. Like I don't even got it. Just the thought of it. But and this is not, this is just my experience. I'm just sharing with y'all. But I kind of got some notes to kind of explain like somewhat of what happened. So the number one thing is it wasn't a decision. It wasn't like I decided to be disgusted or I like decided to stop eating meat. Like I kind of was on that trail like already because I had been watching a lot of documentaries about like the way that they treat animals. Um, I studying Dr. Sebi, Dr. Layla Africa, um, and just different people who, Dr. Arnold Ehret at the time, different people who uh were healers, So I was kind of on that path, but I was still eating, I was still eating it at that time. So yeah, it wasn't a decision. It was just a moment where um it was something in my nervous system. It wasn't necessarily like a belief that I had. So the second thing is the meat stopped being what it was. And by stop being what it was, I mean it stopped being food. It was no longer food. Now is another animal. I mean, like a living being. And once that line between food and a living being, like that separation, once that went away, now it was like, um, now it was like, I just can't do it. Like the living beings are no longer food. Like they're not food anymore. They're living beings. And now it's in my nervous system. Like it's not even something that I can even choose to do anymore. Like my whole brain just got rewired. Um the part about being disgust wasn't an option. Um it's a protective response, right? Um and it's not something that you can use logic to figure out. It's just something that like once it's there, like you can't override it. Like I've tried. You know what I mean? I've had fried chicken sitting there smelling good, ribs sitting there smelling good, and I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Not that I bought those things. Like it's so bad. Like I don't even want to like. So like my son still eats meat. You know what I mean? But like I don't prepare meat for him. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. Like even just touching like dead, like I just can't. Like it's disgusting. It's dead. It's dead flesh. And to think that I'm about to fry that dead flesh up and then put it in my body, like I just can't do it. I can't. Like it's not even a choice. Um so it's not like I was scared of the food, you know what I mean? Um it's not like I didn't know what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was just the change was in meaning and not reality. You know what I mean? It was in what food means rather than what food means like to me rather than what it was. Um so the next point is that empathy and awareness are are now like lined up. Um it's basically like the imagination being the lamb, the empathy for the lamb, and the awareness that I'm eating another animal, like all that hit all at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what happened. All of that stuff came together. The empathy, the awareness, and the imagination all came together to create that effect. And that's why I'm saying that I can't. You know what I mean, it's not about morality. I mean, it's not about whether killing animals is bad. It's not about none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not about um disciplining myself. You know what I'm saying, not to eat meat. Like it's none of that. I can't. Not like my system is rewired to the point to where Now I ain't gonna lie, I have said, I have wondered what I would do in a tight situation. I mean, because everybody say what they'll do until they're in a situation where they're starving. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not a lot of food. I play those scenarios in my head, and I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know at that point. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I'm in this position where that's all I have to eat, I don't know. I might. I'm gonna keep it 100. I might. You know what I mean? I've never been in that situation, but you never know. Um, and I'm not trying to convince anybody to like not eat. Like I said, my son eats. I don't force my son to, because like I could see if maybe I brought my son up a certain way, because I was at the I used to eat meat with my son. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not a thing to where it was like I brought him up without it. You know what I'm saying? Now I will say, like, since he's been with me, every now and then he will ask me, and I'll get it for him. You know what I mean? And to be honest, it's probably not the best decision, but I do. You know what I mean? Um, but most of the time we don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? So like this is not I'm not telling anybody how to eat. I mean, I'm not criticizing people for eating it. I'm just saying it's just my experience. Um yeah, so yeah, it's a rewiring of the system. I feel like it's some like I still can't explain it. I mean, to be honest, like I just did the best I could to explain what it was, but it's almost like a switch flip from in the nervous system. You know what I mean, to like now it's disgusting compared to like when I was younger. You know what I mean? Or I'm sorry, not when I was younger, but before, and I used to like I didn't care. Like that switch wasn't there. That awareness wasn't there. I will say maybe it has something to do with the information that I was taking in and the documentaries that I watched. I strongly believe that those had something to do with it. But like that point, like to where the nervous system now don't even want to do it. To be honest, I still can't explain it. You know what I mean? So I'm just sharing that experience with y'all. I don't know, just cause. So yeah, if something like that happened to you, share it in the comments. Um, and I'll talk to y'all later.